Hi, I'm Michael Gordon. I'm a fine art landscape photographer, a large format photography enthusiast. I've been using the view camera for about 10 years. I've been teaching this format for about 5, and over the course of that time I've worked with many makes and models of cameras. If you're like me, a hiker, backpacker, adventurer, you like to move far and carry a lighter weight on your back, I tell you there's nothing better than the Chamonix 045N-2 to use. This camera weighs just over 3 pounds. It's loaded with capabilities. Over the next several minutes in this video, I'm going to share these capabilities with you. So thanks for watching this video. Opening the Chamonix 045N-2 is a piece of cake. Simply loosen the 2 back lock knobs, raise the standard, tighten the knobs. Front standard is similar. Find the appropriate mounting hole for your focal length that you intend to use. Mount the standard in that hole, tighten down the T-knob, and then tighten the knobs on the front standard for rise fall. The 045N-2 accepts all Linhof Technica size boards. Installing a lens is quite simple. Drop the bottom of the lens into the bottom slot and simply turn the 2 lock knobs. Lens is installed. Front focusing with the 045N-2 is quite simple. There's a focus knob on the back. Simply turn the focus knob until focus is reached. The new front bed slides on a stainless steel and ball bearing track. Compared to the 045N-1, it's much smoother and more precise focusing. Focusing on the rear standard is also quite simple, and it's also now on 2 stainless steel tracks. Simply loosen the 2 lock knobs on the rails, slide the standard back till it hits its stops, lock the knobs down. Focusing then can be recontinued on the front focus knob. Front standard movements with the 045N-2 are pretty simple. You should know that there are shared components on the front, so shift and swing are tied together with the same lock knob. Removing some of these parts trims down the weight of the camera. Same thing with rise, fall, and tilt. They're tied together by the same lock knobs. With the Chamonix 045N-2, we get 30 millimeters front rise, 45 millimeters of fall. We get very generous axis tilt, limited only by bellows extension. And shift and swing, as you can see, the swing is pretty generous on the front standard, and shift is 20 millimeters either direction. Back standard movements with the 045N-2 are pretty straightforward. The same 2 lock knobs we use to open the camera, we loosen those up, and we get 20 degrees of back tilt. We get a very unlimited amount of front tilt, only limited by bellows draw. Rear swing on the Chamonix 045N-2 has been redesigned. Now has 2 independent lock knobs. Loosen those knobs, and we get 20 degrees of swing either direction. Select your spot, lock the knobs down. There is no rise, fall, nor shift on the rear standard, and this is just another way that Chamonix keeps this camera at just over 3 pounds. The Chamonix 045N-2 now ships with the universal bellows. And as you can see here, it features a very generous 395 millimeters of bellows draw. Also available is this trick and inexpensive little extension rack, which allows one to mount a 450 millimeter non-telephoto lens on the Chamonix 045N-1 or 045N-2. Simply screw the rack into the last hole of the front rail and then mount the front standard into the last hole, the only hole on the extension rack. And voila, and in fact, fully racked out like this is a very stable camera. The 045N-2 ships with a Fresnel lens on back, increasing the screen brightness. It's a standard graph lock back. To change from horizontal to vertical orientation is as simple as lifting the 2 lock tabs at the top, dropping the back out, reorienting, inserting, and dropping the tabs back in. That's all there is to it. Using film holders is pretty straightforward. Quick load holder slides very beautifully into the back of the 045N-2, as does standard holders. Very beautifully just slides right on into the back and seats well. The 045N-2 has a graph lock back and will accept accessories like reflex viewers and roll film holders. To insert these items, pretty straightforward. We just simply lift these two tabs, pull the back out, and here's a roll film holder. We slide this into the back. There are two lock knobs, two on top, two on bottom. Lock those shut, similar to installing a lens board. That's all there is to it. Disassembling and packing up the Chamonix 045N-2 is really straightforward. Open the two lock knobs on the front lens board, remove the lens. If you have any extension on either standard, rotate the knobs, bring the back standard in. Then it's a matter of simply loosening the front rise fall knobs, undo the T-knob that secures the front standard, bring it back, loosen the two lock knobs on the back standard, fold the camera closed. That's it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this brief tutorial about the Chamonix 045N-2. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I think it's the very best camera in the marketplace today. It offers precision, performance, and really high quality. And I think you're going to love your Chamonix 045N-2. Please enjoy it. If you'd like to learn more about my photographs or my workshops, please check out my website at michael-gordon.com. Thanks for watching.